You know, I didn't grab my yellow wristband. They're going to give me crap again. Well, I came in, I showed up late today, and I just like had to run into my student's car, and then they're like, "Where's your wristband?" I'm like, "Why would you?" I'm like, "I'm here all the time, and like everybody knows who I am." I'm like, "Why are you even bothering asking about my wristband?"
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the last in Vegas, I did the rent a supercar thing.
Oh, cool.
It's very different.
Right.
And this is actually faster. So but yeah, I'm looking forward to this course because it's very different than the one in Vegas, which was just flat.
Right.
A lot of corners, but yeah.
Yeah, I know for sure. Which is probably going to make us kind of swing out.
Yeah. And this is my buddy in front of us. So.
Okay.
We like to.
Does that car have like 4-wheel steering or something? Look how,
I think it actually might.
Look how
have,
the back wheel looks like
right.
it's.
I think you're right.
That's really bizarre looking.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's just the way the body is, but or maybe the way the light is shining. But it
no, I totally I think it's slow speeds. Now that you mention it, I think you're probably right.
has some opposite phase.
Yep.
Okay, so never been on this track before?
I have not.
What are you hoping to get out of today?
Just have fun.
Just get her. Okay.
So cool. I do have a sub goal.
Okay.
Probably on the second lap around after I go supercharge is I'm hoping in the straightaway to do about 145. Like
okay.
Just because like with power and like that's kind of the thing. It's just a sub goal.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean,
obviously lots of variables.
If it totally right, exactly. But no, I'll see what I can do to help you out to get that. Do you think this car will do 145?
It'll do 165.
I mean, on the back straight then.
I think I can probably get to 140. That's why I'm hoping 145. I've seen them do 149 with some people on YouTube.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, that's as the battery's full. As it starts dropping, that's when it goes away.
Okay, I want you to pull over here and straddle this black and white line.
Gotcha. It's this black line that we're on it right now.
Okay.
So
those where she wants us?
Yeah. They kind of lost control of the group. One of the things is the blue group kind of sometimes it just takes a while for people to get into cars.
Totally.
So anyways, I think it's not the drivers, it's the instructors. A lot of times the instructors are just not on the ball.
Right.
And everybody was on the ball today, so like, you know.
Yep. Yeah, and the other thing is like I know this is beginner course, so like I said, those are just nice to have. I'm just here to have fun and figure out how the car does.
Perfect. And so, where do you feel you are with your driving? Like, what do you think you need to work on? Where
on this car, it's really going to be figuring out, because with the regenerative braking and the brakes, it's going to be figuring out where the corners are, where like how my apex is, and like where I need to start braking.
Well, I'll be able to I'll help you with that. Like, I'll be able to figure out what the car can and can't do, and I'll work. I'll work with you on the brakes. And the other thing too, truthfully, is traffic is going to dictate a lot.
Exactly.
In the blue group, it's
Yep.
Okay, good. So I usually just give very basic hand signals. I'll try to hand signals should kind of equal what I'm hoping that you'll do with the steering wheel. I've thought about trying to do this, and I may start doing that.
Yep.
Experimenting with you, making you my guinea pig.
Sure.
But it might work better, because I do this, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I may try to do the steering wheel thing. But I'll definitely, if you see me kind of doing this, that's let's a little more throttle,
okay.
And then obviously the fist in the windshield is always brakes.
Okay.
And of course I'm going to continue speaking
sure.
So they'll just be. So we'll use both forms of communication, of course. All right, we're good to go. So anyways, we're good. Yep, we're clear. So, you know, I thought they said, did we go in the fast group? Is that what we did?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I was like, why did they leave us for? I assumed you picked like the medium group. So, okay. So we'll work our way over here. Start making your right. Now, make sure you keep your eyes up. Your eyes need to be kind of where that gray car is. That's kind of where your eyeball should be.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm looking for the cones because they had those.
Oh,
so yeah.
They're super helpful too. When we have cones up, the reason why we can't have cones up is because, like in the fast group, like everybody wants to run over these red and whites, and they're just going to knock the cones out. But if this was a school instead of a track day, I would strongly pressure the organizers to have cones up because it's just
they're great.
It does two things. One, it gives you exact markers, and two, it gives you targets to look at instead of just looking straight down the track. So, all right, here we go. Coming up to turn 8. Stay on the inside, all the way around here, all the way around here, and then now we make the whoop to the left. Start working your way out to the right side of the track. Do you know this track at all?
I know.
Okay, all right. Make the left. There we go. And then, so it's eyeballs up, knowing the track, and then being smooth. So, like, anytime you're rolling into the throttle, let's work on, like, progressively rolling into the throttle. Make sure that it's not a stomp. Okay, so, like, start squeezing on the throttle, and right up. And they usually like us to take it kind of easy on the first lap. Gas smell?
Yep.
What is it? I mean, I know it's not cubic, but I can smell like a gas. Anyway. Okay, so we'll start getting on the brake. This is turn 12. Start anytime you're on the brakes too, as a kind of a rule of thumb. I want you to kind of find where the turn is. You know, it's usually pretty obvious. Like here, we're going to get on the brakes. We're going to be turning to the right. So I immediately want you to start looking to the right. You don't need to start turning to the right, but kind of look that way. And that'll allow you to start drawing that imaginary line that you need to follow to get around the turn. Okay, so here we're going to kind of drive like we're going to drive straight off the track, kind of that direction. There we go. And then now we would make our steering input. There we go. Gently start rolling into the throttle. Work our way to the left. There we go. Get gentle left, gentle right. Keep your eyes with that gray cars and then hold the steering wheel right where it's at. Don't turn it up, just hold it right there, we'll be fine. Good job, perfect, good. Good. Pull out the throttle, get on the brakes a little bit. Start making your left, gently off the brakes, start rolling into the throttle. Here to the right. Check yourself, make sure you're breathing, make sure you're not squeezing the steering wheel too tight. There we go, start rolling to the throttle. Hopefully this brake car gets the 25. Let's get it. More brakes. Gently off the brake as you make this turn. There you go. Start rolling into the throttle. Work your way over to the left. You're still holding your steering wheel like 3 and 9. Lift. To the left. Maybe a dive of brake here. Start making right. There we go. Right. Now remember, this turn, it doesn't actually pinch off. Whoa.
Sorry.
The turn doesn't actually pinch off, but it does go off camera.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, make your left, start rolling into the throttle. There you go. Out of the throttle, maybe a dab of brake here. Stay on the inside. 3 and 9. There you go. Make your left. Start rolling into the throttle. Work your way to the right side of the track. Now a gentle lift here and gentle left. Gently get back into the throttle. Wide open. Harder than that. There we go. Okay, gently off the brake as you make this left. There you go. Start rolling into the throttle and then wide open. Good job. How you doing over there?
Great.
Make sure you're staying loud. brake. Gently get off the brake as you make a turn. There you go. Start rolling into the throttle. Wide open, work your way to the left. Brakes, don't turn yet. 3 and 9. Now make a turn. Gently get off the brakes and roll into the throttle. Perfect. Nice arc you got going on here. That's great. Good. Towards that, see that big jumbotron screen thing up there? That's kind of your target. See, like we're way inside of here.
Okay, yeah.
And I know this is only our first lap, or second lap. Gentle left, gentle right, and yeah, let's hold that on. I think we'll be okay. A little bit of throttle. And remember, the name of the game about getting around a racetrack is weight transfer. So, the brakes here. Gently off the brake as you make the left. So your ability to transfer weight is going to be the key. So just remember, like your ability to squeeze the pedals. Gently off the brake as you add steering. There you go. That was a good turn. Wonderful. Good job right there. Okay, bang, wide open. All the way down the straight, wide open. So your ability to use the pedals and the steering very smoothly to allow the car to transfer weight smoothly is the key. This guy is there you go. Good job. Good job. Roll into the throttle, work your way to the left. Very good. Very nice. So right. You got about a car of it between you and the red and white today, so you can work your way a little bit. Right here. Right. Oh yeah, I'm not doing the steering. It's just so natural after 20 years of doing this, you know. Beautiful, good. Careful with the throttle. Good job. A little bit of throttle through here. There you go. Just dab a brake, check up speed, and stay on the inside. Maybe get your tires a little bit on those rumbles. Go on to the throttle. Work your way to the right side of the truck. Go. Gentle left, gently back into the throttle, wide open. There you go. Pretty good. Going to brake a little bit later, but gently off the brake as you make it. See, beautiful weight transfer on that. See, I couldn't really tell when you got fully off the brake, but that's how you do that. Good job. Yeah, we can apply some pressure. Very good. Anytime you're on the brakes, I want you to start looking through the turn, and it's just going to help you visualize what you need to do. Interesting. Okay, a little bit of brakes, don't turn yet. Gently off the brake as you make this right. Here we go. Start rolling into the throttle gently. A little more throttle. There we go. Hold that radius. Don't follow. Kind of a little more to the left here. There we go. Now kind of straightish. Now you gentle throttle. Wide open. Right. Probably be looking a little bit in front of this car where your eyes should be. Go. Good job. Right here. Start looking through your left turn. Gently off the brakes. Start rolling into the throttle. And wide open. That car just looks like it's struggling. It's pretty funny. All right, let's get on the brakes. Start looking through your turn. Gentle throttle. And you'll let us know for sure. drive out of here, roll into the throttle, wide open.
Exactly what we want. You got colors. I love it.
Oh, beautiful. All right. Right here. I didn't happen to see how fast we were going.
Say about 130.
138?
Yeah.
All right.
We got almost.
Beautiful. Okay, towards that Jumbotron. And you're going to drive like you're going to drive straight into the green stuff. Drive straight into the green, straight into the green, straight into the green. Now turn. There you go.
All right.
Very nice. Very nice. Back in the throttle. You got a pretty good radius right there. You should be fine. A little bit of throttle. Beautiful. Jumping off the brake. Just make the left. So rolling into the throttle. And we're gonna run into some traffic. Good. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Into left. What do you think so far?
I love it.
All right, good. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Wide open. Well, we left your money. I was a little afraid he was going to start pressuring us. I was like, well, we kind of made this questionable pass. Yeah, so this blue group seems to be a pretty good one. Sometimes the blue group it's painfully slow sometimes. You know, whatever. Everybody's got to start somewhere, right?
Right. Yeah. 100%.
So it's fine. You know, but understand, like, there's been a few times where I've had, we've had people out there in the blue group, you know, I can 100% guarantee that you drove quicker on the way here than you are on the track.
Right.
And again, everybody's got to start somewhere and not trying to put the fun.
Yeah.
So, don't be afraid. You're on a racetrack. Go ahead and push it. So.
Now we're just casually screwing.
Right. And I mean, the session's going to be coming over.
Yeah. So one thing I noticed, so when I did the hard brake after the straightaway, so like yes, it did that, and then the pedal went down, and then it started stopping the line. You know what that is?
Was that just the fluid getting hot?
That's my guess, because like I almost never. I use the brakes occasionally, but it's hard to have the brake.
Right.
And to be honest, I've never actually like on car wash. I've never full emergency stopped a car. I've never had to.
Right.
So it might be normal, just when you're going from 100.
You know, so there's a bunch of things that could be going on, and honestly, I don't know that I have the answer for you right now, but the brakes themselves just getting too hot, the fluid boiling, this car not being a race car. You know, like there's a bunch of things, you know, right, that could be going on. You know, it gets to the point where it's they're fine?
Oh yeah.
All right. Start rolling into the throttle. Well, good. I mean, they got hot, right? You know.
Which is expected. Yeah, it's a heavy ass car.
Jump to right. Start rolling into the throttle. There you go. A little bit more to the left. There you go. Now kind of straightish. And there you go. You know, he's gonna have a hard time staying in the line, and you go. Good job.
Will you also be an instructor for the second?
Yep. even with a car in front of you, I still want you to look through the turn anytime we're on the brakes coming up to a turn. You won't lose sight of the car in front of you. So although I do have a friend who had one of those, the slower model, maybe like that one. That's lasted like impossibly long.
They're super relaxed. Straight out.
Yeah, so kind of towards that screen up there. Technically, like I kind of like to draw a gentle arc towards that screen, you know, so the car isn't like totally straight. Sure. But that'll be fine tuning for later on. Is this all-wheel drive?
Yeah.
It feels okay. I was going to say it feels all-wheel drive.
So the nice thing is, I don't know if you saw.
Beautiful transition. That feels good. You've been doing that turn pretty good. You were about to say.
Next time you look, it's in the track.
It's all right. We're not, not in a race. We're going to learn the car. It was nice and smooth anyway, so that was good.
That's actually what I had before I got this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a fun little car. It's not fast.
No, but I mean, I'm just glad to see him out here.
Exactly.
He's out here.
No, 100%. He does looking great. I love it.
Yeah. So this is, again, don't turn that way, but so this is a double apex right. So you kind of, the center of that turn, you kind of got to let that center of the turn get away from you a bit, and then you kind of bring the car back into the turn. Does that make sense? Yeah, so I kind of worded it in a weird spot too. I was like, okay, now I need to drift out, and wrong left, and oh. So I'm kind of trying to think about how I worded that because my last student did the exact same thing. So it's probably something that I did.
Well, so honestly, what it was for me, it was because of the way the sun was. It looked like that was where the track was going. So it wasn't anything you did.
Okay. Good. All right. Well, that was end of session. Just roll it back in. Okay. We first rolled out, and you really were eager to just start stomping the throttle. I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to be telling this guy the whole time, like, that is not the way to get around the track. I told you like once or twice to just kind of squeeze on the throttle, and you immediately started doing it. So, excellent work. Really good job. That's what the car wants. There were several times where I was like, okay, I can brake, and you can just gently get off the brake and turn. Several times I was just like, because the key is, if you do it right, I shouldn't be able to feel
The difference
between you getting off the brake and back on the throttle when you're turning. Yeah. And there were several times where, and like it might have something to do with the way the brakes work, or it might just be you or both or whatever.
Yeah, it's both.
But whatever the case is, I didn't notice that. See how you almost followed him off the track? Yeah. See, that's not, seriously, I'm not kidding. Yes. So, but no, so there were several times where I'm like, that's right, that's how you do that. Like you try for years to get people to do that just right, and you were knocking that out several times. Going into turn 20, you were getting it. In turn 12, there were several times where you were like, brake, gently off the brake, make your turn, and I'm like, is he off the brake?
So, yeah.
And then all of a sudden I start to feel myself away. I'm like, oh, he's on the throttle.
Yeah, so that is, yes. So a lot of that is because of the regen. Because I can come off the brake pretty quick, and it's still going to stay. It's still going to be dragging.
Okay. Well, Well, whatever the case, you're making it work, and that's the key too. You know, it's like
Every car's different.
yeah, and you need to learn how to, you know, you need to figure out how to make the car work for you and with you and work with the car. And you did that.
See, that's all regen right there. I'm not touching the brake.
Oh, gotcha.
It'll do about 0.4 Gs of brake with regen.
Okay. No, and then you were getting on the throttle pretty progressively out of the turn, and it's kind of one of those the string theory thing where, like, when you get on the brakes, as you start to add steering wheel, that string needs to be pulling your foot off the brake. Yeah, work the turn load. Yeah, he wants us to go over there.
Out.
You guys are good to go either way. Just make sure that on first lap we had yellow flags out. I saw you and another car pass another car under yellow, so just watch your flags.
Thank you.
Okay. My bad.
I gotta go hit a supercharger.
Okay. Yeah, and then back on the throttle again. So, like, when your steering wheel's turned all the way to make the turn, you can't really get on the throttle really at all, right? You just need to you can gently start getting on it, and then you just progressively press the throttle as you progressively unwind the steering wheel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you need to go, or you can drop it wherever you want is fine.
Okay. Yeah,
But no, that was great. So steering input started to get pretty good. For a while you kept trying to do this, hand on top of the steering wheel thing, and I know it's just a habit, and like, but like a century of car racing will tell you that, like, this is the way to do it. And it's just like, like if you ride a bicycle with your hand on the stem and a hand on the, it's just not going to work, right?
Yeah.
It's a comfort thing for you, and it was fine. But no, overall that was pretty great. It kind of felt like you were starting to remember little bits and pieces of the track as we were driving.
Yeah, it's the S I still need to get good with, and the other. Yeah, so this is our stuff here.
Well, the thing is like the S's for newer drivers is tricky because a lot of it looks so, until you like really know the track, a lot of the turns seem the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, is this turn 5 or turn 6? Oh shit,
So it looks like on that best lap was 3 minutes.
Okay.
If that's accurate.
So here we go. Here's that turn. And here's the part of the track where we almost turned into that one time. Right here.
Yeah.
So when you come out of here, I kind of